stuff, but we should be live now. Anyways, hi chat, hi everyone. Today we're gonna do a bit of a spooky reading of stuff. I think I actually had a thumbnail ready for this. And first, the very first spooky thing that we must do is, of course, we must add a spooky thumbnail, right? What do you mean my bitrate is lower than what do you recommend? It's perfectly fine, YouTube. This is on you. Anyways, hello chat, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. What do you mean what's going on? We're gonna be So, well, first off, I did find out where the that one weird light from the void was coming from. As it turns out, it was coming from the strange fire that I found. I think it's kind of a coal fire and stuff like that. Yeah. So, we're gonna do some reading of some spooky stories that I can find from. Do we need to add a low hum? I feel like we need to add a low hum. I did this last Halloween too, I think. What's this? All right. There we go. There should be a very light white noise going right now. Along with some fire going. And let me just put on this beautiful voice for some lovely reading. Ow. Of course, the moment that I actually try to like do something cool, I end up immediately putting my phone directly on my foot. That did not feel pleasant at all. Good evening, chat. Tonight we are doing some probably some well, I'm going to scour the internet for some spooky stories, I guess. Thank you for joining me, Lost One Gaming. Well, if I wanted to know about something spooky, I would look directly in the mirror. Because, my god, that is spooky. It's truly terrifying. Or I'd talk about my sleep schedule. But no, if you do have suggestions on that, and you have something you'd like me to read, please let me know. And for those of you... Oh, that is terrifying. The group chat full of, all of the very strange, all of my, cultured art got leaked. And now everyone knows what I'm into. Oh no, that is creepy. Sleepy Hollows is a movie. I think we can do... Do you realize how... Actually, fun fact about good old-fashioned incognito mode. It does not work. Google recently got sued for allowing incognito stuff into the into non-private areas. So that means all your incognito data is probably known. And even then, you are not protected from snooping ISPs knowing your every single move. It is safe to say, if you're not using a VPN, that everyone knows that you looked up what 2 plus 2 was because you accidentally forgot somehow. And even if you are using a VPN, it is safe to say that that information is still available. Pretty spooky, if you ask me. I don't see any... I'm looking for a version of Sleepy Hollows that is a novel, but I do not see it, so I cannot read it. And I would also prefer something in the public domain. Should we look at some Edgar Allan Poe stuff? Or should we take a peek into the SCP wiki? Oh no, I feel like there's tons of channels that already do that. Alright, so let's take a look. Well, jack off. We do not allow video submissions here. All video submissions must be vetted by yours truly before they are viewed. Do you understand, Jackoff? Do you understand that your video, Jackoff, must be vetted by me, Jackoff? But no, we are not doing videos here. Not tonight, at least. Let's see, I did the Raven last time. The Conqueror Worm. Am I going to blow today? Why, jack off? I always what? Well, sometimes I go from suck to blow. I should just stop talking. Because everything that's coming out of my mouth just gets progressively worse and worse. I mean, if you're wondering why I speak like this, then you should really hear how I talk with my friends. It's a lot worse than this. Nah, to say the very least, it is. I might try to be say so, but I got like a 30 on my rice purity test out of like 100, so I am a not so say so. Not as say so as you'd think. Cinnamon roll with the SIN instead of a cinnamon. I gotta make my thumbnail. All right. So, because apparently I can't make my thumbnail like before I actually make the stream. When I do it like this. Well, my face reveal is coming as soon as my face becomes better looking. So never. Also, I couldn't put tags in here either. Okay. How does that saying go? I have a face made for radio. And I have a voice made for radio. Should I move the flames? There we go. The lean fire shall burn here. No, there. Here. Yes, here. There. All right. Lo, 'tis a gala night within the lonesome laddie. I can't do this. I don't know what I was trying to go for with this entire freaking stream. But I'm pretty sure that do I have a Discord server? I don't at this point in time. I will actually make one at some point in time, but not tonight. And probably not in the near future. We have like 2 or 3 people here that would actually be interested in joining a Discord server that actually were to make one, and for the most part, well, I mean, like 2 or 3 people, like, from the channel, like, in total, I would say. Oh, right. While we're at it, we could probably bump up the white noise just a touch. There we go. Now, Payne talking while white noises in the background. ASMR special. Hello, YouTube. Zoom? I don't even use Zoom. No. If I were to use ASMR, I would have to speak about this slow. Hello, YouTube, and welcome to A Payne reads a spooky ASMR story, or tries to, and immediately gets distracted by chat. To be honest, if I were to make a YouTube or a Discord server, I'd probably do the same thing. I hate my life. I would probably create the Discord server, post a random meme or something, and then forget about it. Ah, Nightbot says, sniff sniff. Just kidding, my smell receptors don't work. Why would you want to smell any of this? I'm pretty sure that all of us here do not smell good. Or maybe I'm just projecting. Who knows? Are you all getting annoyed with this low voice now? I certainly am, but I'm still going to continue. Okay. So, in the background, we're going to put 1 hour of silence, occasionally interrupted by Pikmin. So that way, when I go on my side tangents, we'll hear me getting distracted. I don't know what I'm doing. I have lost control of my life. As if I ever had control of my life. Oh, right. Now that I remember something, I was going to tell you about my little story that I had planned out. But I ended up... So, I meant to actually, go get some B-roll footage for said story. But as it turns out, I am actually kind of sick. And did not end up getting up out of bed until about noon. So, that did not happen. I do not know if you can hear that in my voice or not. But I do have a bit of a cold. So, I think I can tell you about the plan. And that is, when we get this... When I get my B footage together, I am going to make a little story. And the story's plot. Well, one, I think I teased it a little bit in my community tab, but it involves the strange light that we saw coming from the void. Well, maybe it's a lore expansion, or an actual lore video. Who knows? I don't. That actually got me a little bit. Okay, so this isn't broken up enough for me. Here we go. We can add another one. 2. Okay. All right. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. So, I guess I can give you a vague synopsis of... So, what's going to happen is both Mo and I are going to... Well, either Mo and I are going to explore that void again. I, I, I mean, I guess it would be better to show you what I mean rather than try to explain what I mean because I can't explain very well. Okay, never mind. I've been completely distracted by myself. These things happen, you know. Kind of like that. Um, should we add this one as well? I have no idea how. So, for those of you wondering how I've sidetracked myself, we have 1 hour of silence occasionally interrupted by Pikmin going, 1 hour of silence occasionally broken up by Dodgeball going, 1 hour of silence occasionally broken by the first 4 notes of Megalovania going, and also 1 hour of silence going by Metal Pad following. I said that badly, but whatever. There it is. And I think we need to add more in here. Here we go. If you're wondering what level of hell this is, you're currently in purgatory. Okay. So, once we have our distractions ready, We're going to try to make a good reading out of this. Yes, I agree. Yes, I agree. Okay. We're gonna do some pop-out chat for Twitch. Yes, I am paying attention to you, Twitch. Okay. I am old enough to drink. And I'll be 30 next year. Alright. So, I'm going to look for some public domain. Yes, some public domain, Pikmin. What's a good classic story that y'all can think of? That's really good. Guess we can look for some. I'm not sure that I can do this, but I can at least try. How about we do a cask of Amantillo? How the, how do you pronounce that? Amontillado. What? Nande?
Amontillado.
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 You know what? I'm just going to play that anytime that I run into that in this story. That'll do. Okay, here we go. That was not part of the story. And that also was not me. At least not this time. Okay. The 1,000 injuries of Fortano and I have borne as best I could, but when he ventured upon the insult I vowed revenge. You, who so well know the nature of my soul, will not suppose, however, that I gave utterance to threat. At length I would be avenged, but this was a point definitely settled. But the very definitiveness of which was resolved precluded the idea of risk. I must not only punish, but punish with impunity. A wrong unredressed with retribution overtakes its redresser. Its equity unredressed when the avenger fails to make himself felt as such to him who has done the wrong. I cannot read well, but I'm not illiterate, chat. Thank you very much. It must be understood that neither by word nor deed have I given Fortano cause to doubt my goodwill. I continued, as it won't, to my face in his to smile in his face. And he did not perceive that my smile. If you wish to read, you can read on your own channel. Thank you very much. If you do not like how I'm reading, then I have one thing to say to you. I continued, as my wont, to smile in his face, and he did not perceive that my smile was now the thought of his immolation. He had a weak point, this Fortano. However, in other regards, thank you of jacking off. He was a man to be respected and even feared. He prided himself on this connoisseurship in wine. Few Italians had the true virtuoso spirit. For the most part, their enthusiasm is adopted to suit the time and opportunity to practice imposture upon the British and Austrian millionaires. In painting and gemmery, Fortano, like his countrymen, was a quack, but in the matter of old wines he was sincere. In this respect I did not differ him materially. I was skilful in the Italian vintages myself, and brought largely whenever I could. Bought, not brought. It was about dusk one evening, during the supreme madness of the carnival season, that I encountered my friend. He accosted me with excessive warmth, for he had been drinking much. The man wore motley. He was in a tight-fitting, potty-striped dress, and his head was surmounted by the conical cap and bells. I was so pleased to see him that I thought that I should never have done wringing his hand. That I should never have done wringing his hand. I said to him, "My dear Fortano, you are luckily met. How remarkable well you are looking to the day. But I received a pipe of what passes for Amontillado, that it passes for
Amontillado.
and I have my doubts." "How?" he said.
Amontillado.
"A pipe? Impossible. In the middle of the carnival?" "I had my doubts," I replied, "and I was silly enough to pay the full
Amontillado.
price without consulting you in this matter. You were not to be found, so I was fearful of losing a bargain,
Amontillado.
and I must satisfy them."
Amontillado.
"As you're engaged, I'm on my way to Luchesky. If anyone has a critical turn, it is he. He will tell me. Luchesky cannot tell
Amontillado.
from sherry, and yet some fools will have it that his taste is a match for your own. Come, let us go. Whither? To your vaults. My friend, no, I will not impose upon your good nature. I perceive that you have engagement. Luchesky, I have no engagement. Come." "My friend, no, it is not the engagement, but the severe cold which I perceive you are afflicted. The vaults are insufferably damp. They are encrusted with nitrile. Let us go, nonetheless. The cold is merely nothing.
Amontillado.
You've been imposed upon, and for Luchesky, he cannot distinguish sherry from—"
Amontillado. Amontillado. Amontillado.
Thus speaking, Fortano possessed himself on my arm, putting a mask of silk and drawing a were closely about my person. I suffered him to hurry into my palazzo. There were no attendants at home. They had absconded to make merry in the honor of that time. I had told them that I should not return until the morning, and had given them explicit orders not to stir from the house. Their orders were sufficient, I well knew, to ensure their immediate disappearance, one and all, as soon as my back was turned. I took them from their sconces to Flambeau, and giving one to Fortano, bowed him through several suites of rooms and archways that led into the vaults. I passed down a long and winding staircase, requesting him to be cautious as he followed. We came at depth to the foot of the descent, and stood together on the damp ground of the catacombs in the Monsieur. The gait of my friend was unsteady, and the bells upon his cap jingled as he strode. "The pipe," he said. "The pipe!" "It is farther on," I said. "But observe the white web work which gleams from the cavern walls." He turned to me, and I looked into my eyes with two filmy orbs that distilled with the rheum of intoxication. "Nature?" he asked at length. "Nature," I replied. "How long have you had the cough?" "It's nothing." "Come," I said with decision. "We'll go back to your health is precious. You're rich, respected, admired, loved. You are happy, as once I was. You're a man to be missed. For it does me no matter. We'll go back to ill, and I cannot respond so. Besides, there is Luchesca." "Enough," he said. "The cough is a mere nothing. It will not kill me. I shall not die of a cough." "True, true," I replied, and indeed, I had no intention of alarming you unnecessarily. But you should use all proper precautions. A draught of this Meroc will defend us from the damps. That was a triple. Here I knocked off the neck of a bottle, which I drew from a long row of its fellows and laid upon the mould. "Drink." He raised it to his lips with a leer. He paused and nodded his familiarity with the spell shingled. "I drink to the very repose of Rams, and I to your long life." He again took my arm, and we proceeded. "These vaults," he said, "are extensive." "The Monsieras," I replied, "were a great and numerous family. I forgot your arms. A huge human foot d'or in this field azure. The foot crushes the serpent rampants. And motto? Nemo me impune laciet. Good. The wine sparkled in his eyes, and the bell jingled. I farted. My own fancy grew warm with the medic. We had passed through the wall of piled bones, with casks and puncheons intermingling in the innermost recesses of the catacombs. I got distracted. This is why we do not do this live. And I usually pre-record my story readings. Let's see, I believe we were at... I paused again, and this time made bold to seize Forzano by an arm to the elbow below. You've already had your answer, Turnip Boys, but thank you for joining me. The night. See, it increases. It hangs like moss upon the walls. We are below the rose bed. The drop of moisture trickled among the bones. Come, we will go back ere it's too late. You cough. It's nothing. Let's go on. First, let have another jar of Medoc. I broke and reached him a flagon of de Grave. He emptied it with a breath. His eyes flashed with a fierce life. He laughed and threw a bottle upwards with a gesticulation I did not understand. I looked at him in surprise. He repeated the motion, a grotesque one. What is that like, going like this? When you say grotesque, is it like... Is my hand not going to do with it? I don't know what you could say, but mean by grotesque, but anyways. You do not comprehend, he said. Not I replied. Then you're not of the Brotherhood? Oh, you're not of the Masons? Yes, I said. Yes. You, a Mason? Impossible. A Mason, I replied. A sign. It is this. I answered, producing a scroll from beneath the folds of my robe clear. You jest, he exclaimed, recoiling a few paces. But let us proceed to the...
Amontillado.
Be it so, I said, replacing the tool beneath my cloak again and offering it in my arm. He leaned upon it heavily. We continued our route in search of the...
Amontillado.
We passed through a range of low arches, descending, passed upon, and descending again. Arrived in a deep crypt, but the foulness of the air caused the flambeau to glow with flame. At most, the remote end of the crypt there appeared none less spacious. Its walls had been lined with human remains, piled to the vault overhead, in the fashion of the great catacombs of Paris. 3 sides of the interior crypt were still ornamental to this. Sands was screaming and got hit by a dodgeball. From the 4th of the bone had been thrown down and lain promiscuously upon the earth, forming at one point a mound of some size. Within the walls thus exposed by the displacing of the bones, we perceived a still interior recess, in depths about 4 feet, in width 3, in heights 6 or 7. It seems to be constructed for no especial use within itself, but formed I lost my train of thought. Where at? Merely from the interval between the colossus supports of the roof of the catacombs, and was backed by one of the circumscribed walls of solid granite. It was Refrain of Fortano, lifting his old church, endeavored to pry his steps at the recess. Its termination of the feeble life did not enable us to see. Proceed, I said. Herein is the...
Amontillado.
As for Luchesky, he was an ignoramus, interrupted my friend, as he stepped unsteadily to... I am bored of this.
Amontillado. Amontillado. Amontillado.
Bah. He gets buried alive. The end. You're welcome. Okay, does anyone have any story suggestions for me that I can butcher? Or should I try one of my own stories? I'm not sure if I have any other stories for tonight. Bleh. And as I said before, I'm still very tired. Wait. What not again? Oh, yes, that. I just ignored it and replied with, it's still playing. Okay. Alright. Well, I mean, if you ask a stupid question. Yes, that too. You should expect a dumb answer. Okay. What else do we have to talk about? We'll add another one of these. Wait, here's one. I don't know how I found that. Or maybe it found me. So we have several 1-hour loops set up. Is this looping? This is looping. This is looping. This is looping. Okay. So now we'll add in one more. There we are. And now we'll try to read a story, like completely. Also, you all have not noticed this so far, but there's a secret about this background. You've all been wiggling gelatin this whole time. I've been wiggling gelatin this whole time. That's right, the gelatin never leaves, unfortunately. It will never leave us. Okay, so what else do we have to talk about? I think this is only going to be an hour-long stream, to be honest. Okay. I think I'm gonna set up an iPod too. Say something. Okay. So if I've set it up this up correctly, Nightbot should reply with, "I'd rather you shut up." I did not set up that up correctly. Whatever. So, what else are we gonna be doing tonight? Not that. Think we could talk a bit about the month ahead. November. I think if things go to plan, we'll have a. I'll actually have my. Not that. I should have my motto sketched out. Well, not my. Well, not. I won't be sketching it out, mind you, because. Yes, that. But I was just itching my nose. Oh, that's Mo. Whoops. Anyways, I will not be sketching it out personally because I cannot actually sketch, or I cannot, draw, as you can see. Unless there's a little gremlin. But, I'll have it sketched out, or have someone sketch it out, and we'll have a more concrete story. My story should be finished up by, November, by the way. Anyways, I'm gonna call it here. I'm tired. Anyway, Love y'all platonically, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Or not tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Thursday. Tuesday. Wednesday. Whatever. Bye.